In this tutorial, I'll show you how to pick colors for your website based on your logo and branding. In this example, I'm using Ken Bowling Construction, and the client wanted to be able to better match colors suited to their logo color. In this instance, we'd started out with a logo where the color was off. It wasn't their true branding colors. We've since managed to get a copy of the correct color, and so we want to go back through and make all of these other colors within the website, like the buttons and mouse overs and lines and sections and things like that, to all be complementary to this base color right here. So to do that, I like using an online color picker. We use hex values. A lot of people use RGB and CMYK and things like that, but in the world of web, pretty much everything is based on hex. You can translate those things to other values like Pantone and all that. But for this example, I'm going to show you how we use the color picker to complement this color here. So I like using imagecolorpicker.com. There's several others, but this one's pretty easy to use. We don't want to pick it from an image. We're going to pick it from a color since we already know what that hex value is. It's already been sampled. So we'll click here on Color Picker, and then once that loads, then we'll go down to the middle of the page and put in our specific hex value. So basically come down here and I take this value out, which is the default on the web page for this color picker source, and I'm going to put in 9C, I'm going to put in 9C2139. That's the color that we sampled for this particular logo. It's kind of a burgundy, but the color picker is calling it Mexican red. But this is the value we're using for this particular example. So when you come down through here, you can look at all these different text values. Again, we're using hex. We're not using RGB or CMYK or anything like that. The variations are kind of cool because you see that we have the base color here, and then 10%, 20%, all the way down to 100%, which is black. You can copy these. Anywhere you see this icon, when you mouse over it, you can click on that. It'll copy this hex value to your clipboard. So if you're wanting to communicate that with the designer, then you can paste that into an email. Come down here and it shows the different color combinations. It says each harmony has its own mood. Use harmonies to brainstorm color combos that work well together. In this particular case, it depends on how many different colors you're really needing to tap from. All of these initial colors on the far left of each one of these examples is going to be our base color that we've already entered, depending on if you want triadic, analogous, monochromatic, whatever. In this particular example, we may want to come down here to tetradic so that we can have 3 different colors to choose from. And again, if you mouse over any of these and click on them one at a time, you'll be able to cut and paste this hex value down below into another document, email, your notes, notepad, whatever. And then that will give you a really good basis for coming up with complementary colors to use on the website in places like this different colored text, these lines, the mouse overs for the buttons, the section colors and things like that. So once you come up with those colors, then you can paste those into a document, send them to your designer, and that person can then go in and make these changes accordingly and make it so that your website has a good complementary color based on your logo and branding. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.